Now, viewers, we are going to move along Enugu-Onitsha Expressway starting from Onitsha because we want to have a view of the recent beautifications that are going on within Anambra State and especially along this route that I have just mentioned, moving from Onitsha to Awka. And in this video, you are going to see the latest beautification that is going on in Anambra State in terms of painting, the efforts in packing off the sands on our streets, and a lot more. We are also going to see the developments at Airport Junction, what I observed. I observed something at Airport Junction, very important. We are going to discuss that. And what also I see at Awka. There are some things I also observed in Awka that it has to be brought to the limelight. So that is it. Well, we've just passed Opiweka, and there my camera captured. It's not me that captured, though, it's my camera that captured. My camera captured that reserved area at interchange. The broken fence and the rest of them. We've just passed it now. Those kind of a thing has to be repaired. Things like that, we just left them the way it is after damage. Nothing happened to repair it. I remember when that thing happened. It's up to 2 or more years now. So by now, those kind of a thing has to be repaired, why before doing the paintings. Also, I know that I've made that observation severally, even before this year. I know previous year I've made that observation at Owerri Road, wide painting Owerri Road, and some road curbs are on ground. I was saying that they need to, put it in order before doing the painting, but don't know, we are so careless, we are so, ignorant, we are so, unconcerned about some things that we do. How can we be doing the painting without putting those places in order? And this is something I complained when I saw the wall at Ekweme Square. We don't have patience. Everything is giri. Yeah. We need to be patient and follow things gradually the way it is. There's no way you jump 1, jump 2, and come and start primary 3. You have to count from 1, 2, 3, 4 upwards. Just like what somebody was saying, that to get our environment to be clean is more important than painting. Because this is things I've been saying concerning the painting, that if the environment is not neat, after painting, when car runs on the dust and the sand, is going to, settle on the paints and makes the beauty to go. During rainfall, the same thing. Water splashes dirty water on the paints, it goes. So there is work. Believe there is need for us to count 1 before counting 2. And you see similar things happening at some places. You see it happening. It's not today, the problem has been there. Okay, watch now. If you climb this flyover, you see fallen walls and everything has not been replaced. And the paintings are going on. See, broken parts. And somebody is doing this painting. But let us not get it twisted. The governor is doing well in his effort to get the state working. But we are also doing our own part by bringing some of these things to limelight so that correction should be taken. This is New Pass flyover. You can see everywhere is white and black now. They are yet to paint these ones. Yes, lest I forget, today is sit at home day. And people don't usually come out. So I decided to bring this video on a sit at home day so that we can see views of everything we want to see. Where corrections need, we'll still point it out and we will see it very clear. So ordinarily, people don't usually, move about on a sit at home day. You can see the road is vacant. Everywhere is deserted. So if not for the purpose of what you are doing, you will also be at home. So like I said, I have some things to discuss with you at Airport Junction. There are some recent developments at that place that I noticed, also at Awka. And as we are moving, we will be seeing some of these paintings done on the road at some interval places. Yes, I said that the airport junction has something to be discussed. What I saw there, I was surprised, to see some traffic building up seriously at that place. But until we come there, we are going to have a look at that situation and what I captured on that day. Now, there is this news coming from Nation newspaper that Southeasterners shun Yuletide travels over insecurity costs. I saw it and I laughed. These are the type of media things that we are talking about that will not work these days. A lot of people are into social media these days. It's not like before. There is only newspapers that you see that you get information. Information flies everywhere now on social media, on different platforms on social media. So you know that this thing is the caption. In fact, I'm laughing over it because you see our people from Delta, from Rivers, Igbo people from Delta, Rivers, Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi, Imo, Abia, and some other Igbo speaking places that are close to the southeast. They don't joke with travel. Even if they let the transport be whatever they want to be, they must travel. Igbos must travel. Yes, I will give them updates when the time comes so that they will see that people have come home. In fact, what prompted me about the airport junction is because of what I saw there. Traffic is already building up there. Traffic already is building up. We are not yet into the traveling period of Christmas, and traffic has started building up there. So, and this caption is laughable. And he talked about insecurity. Yes, there may be insecurity in some places, but it will not stop Igbos from traveling. So let me give you what they talked about here. He said that is from Nation newspapers. On which day was that? The Nation newspaper was on the 17th. 17th. No, on the 14th of December. That was the day the publication was done on the Nation newspaper. And it says many Southeasterners will not be traveling to their homes, to their hometowns and villages for the forthcoming Christmas and New Year festivities. No thanks to the high cost of transport and the prevailing security challenge. in the states of Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo. Well, this first paragraph will tell you that the writer of this thing is an opposition. So it's not true. I'm looking at it from my own angle of view. See what this guy is doing. He climbed at the back of a bus moving on the expressway, something that is moving at about 80, 100 kilometers per hour. And this guy climbed at the back. I hope that vehicle will not enter one gallop and the guy fell off. Another vehicle will run over him. So let's continue. The two festivals are highly regarded in that part of the country, and it is the period of the year when kinsmen, friends, and associates gather in their home state to feast and rejoice. However, the security challenge in some part of the zone, which has resulted in the death of many people, including security personnel, by government, is now scaring some Southeasterners to have a rethink about traveling home. So much is the fear that the indigenous people of Biafra yesterday issued a clarion call to the Igbo to come home for the festival. It said its Eastern Security Network, ESN, would provide them security. Incidentally, it is the same IPOB and the ESN that the security agencies often blame for spate of attacks on law enforcement agents and the stay-at-home actions in the zone. A random sampling of bus fares from Lagos to some major cities in the southeast yesterday shows that they ranged between 33,000 and 50,000 per head. As at yesterday, one of the private transport companies charged 50,800 from Lagos to Owerri. Another charged 47,975 to Aba for each adult and 37,875 naira for a child, and yet another charged 33,000 naira from Lagos to Aba. In effect, a family of four going from Lagos to Owerri will require 400,000, and that's 400,000 to and from on transport alone. And there are other expenses to be met while at home. Transport operators said the fares could go up further between now and December. Airfares from Abuja and Lagos to Enugu and Owerri are equally high. Airpeace quoted 172 naira, 1,000 naira for an economic ticket from Abuja to Owerri for tomorrow, Sunday, and 266,000 naira from Abuja to Enugu on the same day, while Owerri to Abuja is 95,000 naira and Enugu to Abuja is 95,000 naira, 95,400 naira. The airline quoted 381,100 naira, 143,000 naira, and 181,100 naira, and finally 238,000 naira for Lagos to Enugu for December 15, 16, 17, and 19 respectively. This is the price of airpeace according to this report. And 314,400 naira, 285,800 naira, and 238,200 for Lagos to Owerri for December 16, 17, 18 respectively. IPOB to Ndibo, please come home. Your security is guaranteed. The indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, in a statement by its media and publicity secretary Emma Powerful, said the Eastern Security Network ESN operatives will be on hand to provide safety and maintain a peaceful atmosphere throughout the festive period. Well, I think the message has been passed in this regard concerning what I am talking about. See, there is no way the transport fare can stop Igbos from traveling. Anybody that is saying this doesn't know what Igbos can do. It cannot stop them from traveling, and probably insecurity might. But just for some people that doesn't have that money. If somebody is telling you that he's not coming home or that insecurity is too much, don't mind him. He doesn't have money to come home. So people that are coming home, they are not human beings. Is that what he's telling me? Eh? Again, na insecurity dị too much. Happy na ojiri ego, kwadoro ịnata. Ndị ji ego na plan ịnata ụlọ, of which in our own behavior is our culture. It's not how do I put it? It's not a personality, it's just our culture. It's the culture of an Igbo man. Igbo man goes home every Christmas, every New Year. And his coming home is not just for that Christmas celebration. That period has been taken for a period of people meeting, gathering together, meetings, village meetings, and a whole lot of them. And the transition into another year is another big thing that brings people home. People we prefer to stay in our hometowns to celebrate New Year. It is part of our behavior. So that is it. And I've talked much on that concerning what the Nation newspaper talked about. Igbos not traveling, that many are not going home for the Christmas celebration. Now we are at the airport. This is what I have observed. We've just passed one speed breaker. We have been following this issue of speed breaker at this airport. This is the second one now. Today is it at home. That's why I have to specify it and you understand what I'm saying. This is the third one. Before approaching the diversion into the airport, we've passed three speed breakers. I am one of those. This is the fourth one. I'm one of those, or I've said it earlier that the rubber one they put is not good and it has scattered. That they can put this type that is not scattering, and now this one is steady. You can see that vehicles are now forced to stop, to slow down. This is the fifth one. This is the sixth one. You can see that vehicles now are forced to slow down before taking off. But the other one has scattered, that vehicles many don't even slow down. They will just come and run over it and go their way. So this is the seventh one. And I think there's another one here. Seventh one, eighth one. This is 8. And I think there's another one up there. That is 8. Now let's watch what happened here the previous day I was passing. It was on evening time, maybe around 6 p.m. or to 6, around 5:45. Let me just leave it like that. Then you can see how vehicles slowed down. In fact, I was shocked to see this kind of traffic here. I was shocked. to see this type of traffic because I never expected it. So I now observe that the speed breakers here, there are too many. As we are observing vehicles slowing down, we can also observe the insecurity aspect of it. Before I could know it, driver has veered off and followed another route to avoid this hold up. You can see this is traffic hold up. And imagine what will happen if a vehicle broke down here. And it's as if maybe one vehicle broke down that is contributing to the slow movement of vehicles. And when we have too many speed breakers here, it may cause some of these trucks to break down. So what I am saying is that the speed breakers are too many. In fact, what is needed here could be only 2 or 3. One at the middle, one at the extreme, and one at the other side. But we counted 7 or 8 before you cross over here. So there are too many. 3 is enough to calm down the traffic. And to be precise, I have not met traffic here like this since I have been passing through this place. Probably people have started traveling home because this is the period of people coming home. So you can imagine what will happen when we have entered the period people move a lot, the period people travel home a lot. Now is just the beginning. So I am bringing this to the notice of the people concerned, the authorities, to please look into that because it's going to save situation around that place. Thank you. So we are still moving down towards Okuzu Junction. We are approaching there. Can also observe these paintings along the center barriers of our road. I said we are to observe if these things are all over Anambra or just Awka. So from what we are seeing, the paintings are all over, and you can see they are there very conspicuously. So we are moving up. From there, we are going down to Awka. And there is another one I said I will talk about when we reach Awka. A very important observation that will save us from damage and another expenses. Many times we try to solve problems, or problems are being solved, and we never bother to know what caused that problem. That is the point. Most times we solve our problems and we don't care to know the cause of that problems. If the cause are not solved, the problem will still happen again. So what we provided is temporary relief or temporary solution if the cause is not tackled. This is the exact scenario of what we are going to see at Awka where we are visiting. Then as we are going to Awka, there is this information that the governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo, has pledges to build Olympic-size stadium in Anambra. Wow. The governor has pledged to build an Olympic-size stadium in Anambra State. Then it goes like this. This one is coming from what do they call itself? From a Premium Times newspaper. It goes like this: Soludo pledges to build Olympic-sized stadium in Anambra. Governor Charles Soludo of Anambra State has promised to build an Olympic-sized stadium in the state to improve sports facilities and promote grassroots sports development. Mr. Soludo, represented by the Information Commissioner Lome 4, disclosed this at the 2024 Sports Writers Association of Nigeria Week in Awka on Friday. This 1 week had the theme Sports Development in Anambra, the infrastructure question. Though I told you guys that people, how do I put it, supporters of sports, and they were against the use of that stadium, part of that stadium for a fun city construction. People were against it. So, but now that the governor has the intention of relocating that, the intention of building an Olympic-sized stadium is going to help to calm down the nerves. Yes, I believe it's going to calm down the nerves while the main stadium remains as the mini stadium, why it remains for people to come and do their sporting activities, and if possible, the remaining land there inside that stadium can be used to construct like a basketball court, other sporting activities around the stadium, because that stadium is strategically located. I told you guys before the construction, people do come there for their sports on weekends, Saturday, Sunday, to play football and other things. So if those facilities can be provided in the mini stadium, why the big stadium is to be constructed? So let's go ahead. The governor said his administration recognized the importance of infrastructure in sports development. The state government is investing hugely in sports infrastructure because we recognize the benefit of sports and contributions of Anambra indigenes in sports. Also, I was one of them that was against the building of that fun city at that sports arena. So, but you can't stop the government from doing what they want to do, except if the government listens to public opinion more. So, Anambra State, we are into sports. In fact, if you talk of sporting in Nigeria, after Delta State, probably Lagos State, Anambra State will follow. Yes, Anambra is into sports. Is an age-long thing. It's not something that started today. So by now we should have so many sporting facilities in the 4 zones or 5 zones we have in Anambra. I know the zones are increasing. We have Awka zone, Onitsha zone. We have a Nnewi zone. Now we have a Pulobia. Pulobia is there. And maybe next is the Ihiala zone. So more zones are coming up. And these places need, sporting activities to be going on. Why I decided to mention these places is that, these are where people are located, as in concentration of people based on concentrations, based on activities that are going on. So these are where you find major people. Though Anambra as a whole, everywhere is developed. more than what we expected. In fact, some villages are more developed than some cities, on quotes anyway. That is on quotes, but I'm just trying to tell you that so many villages are well developed that, the sporting activities are also important to them. In fact, every local government should have a good sporting facilities for the locations, for the people living around that place. That is the final note of the statement. Then let's continue. This is because a typical Anambra man or woman is physically fit and strong enough to get involved in sports and should be positioned to participate in state, regional, and national sports activities. You see, just like what I'm saying, it is here written on this news. The state government will construct an Olympic-sized stadium in Anambra soon because sports is not just for fun. It is a serious economic activity that has made many athletes millionaires, he said. Mr. Soludo urged SWAN, the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, to support the state government in developing sports in the state and evoke youth interest in sport activities as a means of tackling youth restiveness and other vices. Then talking about dilapidated, inadequate sports facilities. In his lecture, a professor at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University and a guest lecturer, Chris Abakare, decried the state's dilapidated and inadequate sports facilities. Mr. Abakare described the situation as serious concern that needs to be addressed by the state government. He describes sports as a unifying factor and an effective stimulus for economic development in the country and across the globe. I say this because of the good role sports play in the lives of our people and also globally, he said. The guest lecturer appealed to the three tiers of governments to collaborate with the private sector to improve sports facility in the state and the country. He said that the measure would enable the government to discover more good athletes for the state and for the nation. The spokesperson of Nigeria Olympic Committee, Tony Nezianya, urged the state government to construct standard stadium in each of the three senatorial districts to drive sports development in the states. Also, Godwin Aolo, the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 13, Ugbo, Anambra State, Godwin Aolo, urged youth to get involved in sports to eliminate idleness and crime in the state. In fact, we've just passed the IG's office not quite long ago. Then, earlier, the chairperson of SWAM, Anambra chapter, Chimezia Naso, said the yearly event was to take stock of sporting activities in the state, chart the way forward, and recognize stakeholders who have contributed positively in the sector. The event featured awards to recognize individuals and groups who have been contributing to the development of sports in the state. Well, that is the information about the plan of the government of Anambra State to build a standard sports stadium for sporting activities in the state. Now we are at Amobia flyover. All these portals here, we talked about earlier, they have been repaired. Earlier I've said that this place needs attention, but thank God the attention has been given and the place is very free now. Well, these guys that did this painting, these guys are wonderful. They are very good. In fact, if I will see anybody that will give me contact of this person that did these paintings, that's the structure, the portraits, all these portraits, Soludo portrait, Nandesky portrait, give me the person's contact or let the person contact me. I have something for him. I will dash him something. Honestly, I'm serious about it. The guy did a good and wonderful job. He's a professional. The guy is a professional. The artwork, the portrait work is perfect. When I say perfect, there is no error. That's from my own eyes, so I don't know about others. So if you can get his contact, I have something for him. So now, you see this place by the left, this place that have been repaired. You see this place, I have something to tell you what we need to do, on that place to avoid this thing repeating itself again, as to avoid the damage occurring. So these things are just normal observations. You don't need to be a civil engineer before you do the correct thing, or before you notice what has caused that part to get bad. The point is what has caused that place to destroy. Yes, it has been repaired, but what caused that place to get bad is what we are going to look into today. And I'm going to show you guys what has caused that place to get bad earlier. And if rainy season comes, if that place is not, if the cause is not taken care of, that place will still get bad again. When water starts dumping sand on top of that place, that down place is a valley. The other side is hilly, and where the place that got bad is the valley. So this one is a water flyover, and you can see that they are done with the flyover painting. I wish the paintings will remain like this. Now this patterning here, this one is quite beautiful also. The way they patterned it, the way they designed the painting. This one is also beautiful. This one looks as if it's the most beautiful paintings among the flyover. See the connection, the combination of black and white. Well, the combination is competing with that of Amoba flyover. But that of Amoba flyover is still, believe, is still the best combination. This is the fun city. You can see just at the base of the water flyover. Immediately you descend, you will see the entrance of the fun city by the right. So now, it seems like the painting along this express now is complete. You can see the road curbs, both left and right, they all have been painted black and white. So now we are moving up to the Aroma flyover, which is just some few meters away from here. So from the video you've watched so far, You can see that paintings are going on in Onitsha and every other place. So, but we are yet to turn to the other side. We are just going to show you the spot that we are talking about that has to, something has to be done there. If not, that repair is going to be damaged again in the next rainy season. We are not wishing it to be bad, but there is likelihood that it might happen if these corrections that I'm about to show you now is not done. If it's not done, there is likelihood it's going to go bad again as soon as the rain starts. So guys, this is a room just a bit up there after this billboard. We see a room. This mesh by the left at the middle of the road, I've said something about it the other day. If we are to remove them, then we remove them. Then if we are to replace the ones that have been removed, then we replace them. So those tattered natures are not good for our environment. Anyone we are doing, we do it. If it's to remove them, we remove them. If it's to replace them, then we replace the ones that are bad. And this is the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University entrance, teaching hospital rather, entrance gate. At the right, renovation is going on at the entrance gate to give it a facelift. So this is where we end at Aroma. Then this is the place I am talking about. This is in front of NMPC mega station Awka. You can see the place is at the peak of a hill, sort of. So we are now descending. You see these parts, you can see that erosion is carrying them. Water is not entering because it's not tied. You can see that gutter is falling off. The gutter is off. The concrete walls of the gutter is off. Watch again. Because the road shoulders are not tarred, erosion is moving on the road shoulders, the laterite parts wearing them off and falling off the gutters. You can see the edge of the concrete of the gutters are falling off. Now, it means that water will be flowing on the road. Even the one from inside the gutters, from the other side of the road, will now flow out of the gutters and carrying sand to come and deposit on this place that is tarred. This place now that has gone bad before, that has been repaired. And if that gutter is not corrected, you can look at it. If the gutter is not done well and corrected, then the edges of this road shoulder start. Water will keep carrying sand on top of this place that is valley, making that place to go bad again. As it's dumping water there, sand is being deposited there too, and vehicles are running over it, causing that place to go bad once again. So thank you for watching. I am still Chinedu, your presenter, until I come your way next time. Bye for now.